There are mountains and there are mountains. Flying into caribou camp over the Alaskan range west of Anchorage, all you can say is, these are mountains. Our base camp at Osprey Mountain Lodge, just east of Stony River, is a rustic lodge in a picturesque valley. But cameraman John Ford and I spent only an hour there after flying in. Our outfitter, Gary Pogany, wanted to hop us to a nearby mountain plateau where we'd be by ourselves for a few days, hopefully just ourselves, with lots of caribou. Our 10 by 12 tent is that white dot on the tundra. The wind gusted up to 70 miles an hour at times, but it couldn't huff and puff our house down.
Come on in, this is where we live. This is a luxurious camp up here in the Alaskan wilderness. What we have, first of all, you notice this is a tent that has canvas, but on the inside of the canvas is plastic, thick mylar plastic here, which keeps us dry, totally protected. It's framed up, so it's rigid. It isn't going to blow over. The floor, I like the floor. Good, clean floor that we can sweep out of plywood. The bunks, here they are, made out of plywood and a foam mattress with sleeping bags on top of this and pillows, which we brought. This, of course, this has two foam mattresses. This is where the boss sleeps right here, John. Two foam mattresses, and I have a down sleeping bag. And this could be another bunk if there were 3 hunters here, but we just keep our gear out here, guns and so on. Now this is my 44, which I was considering using on a caribou if they're within range, and it's loaded. You notice it's loaded. The reason I keep a loaded gun up here, John and I both know where it is, this is grizzly bear country. Lots of grizzly bears around here, brown bears and black bears. You can see up here the reinforcements on these rafters here on the ceiling. Most of these are reinforced because they were broken by a marauding, either a grizzly or a big brown bear that came up and actually tore this camp apart, probably looking for food. We do have lots of food here. It's the only place we can keep it. There's no trees to hoist it up into. Here's some canned goods and puddings. I mean, we have sardines, some great conveniences here, applesauce and so on. Of course, we hang all of our gear here to dry, our clothes, a few socks. And here's the rest of our stuff that the bears would just love to get into. Of course, our garbage. Keep it by the door, figuring, of course, the bear would come through the door. Of course, probably wouldn't. It'd probably come through the side. But if it came through here, it could get into things that it would love, such as cookies, candy bars, meat. We have some ham, some sausage, canned goods here. Then we have our breads, soups, pots and pans, toilet paper for the outside facilities, which there's no point in even go looking at them. It doesn't even look like anything. And our gas stove. And this is it. This is where we live, and we have been living for 3 days and absolutely loving it.
Oh, did we love it. Canned bacon? I used to wonder about it, but it took only 1 day to learn to love it.
See that?
Scrambled eggs never tasted better. Maybe because this was grizzly bear country and we weren't sure if the meal we were eating was going to be our last. We really weren't all that concerned, though. A high plateau like this isn't visited by grizzlies very often. It's a place that caribou cross over, though, as they feed. These 4 caribou, a group of mixed-aged bulls, were browsing 100 yards or so from the tent. Look at the size of that big white one on the right. Several times a day, caribou would cross that close to the tent, but there's something about hunting all day from the tent that isn't hunting in Alaska. So we usually saw these caribou when we were at the other end of the plateau. The windsock is on the higher plateau behind the tent. That's where the Piper Cub lands to drop us off and pick us up. And that's where John watched that big bull disappear over the ridge to the west. To us, this sight was real Alaskan drama on the tundra. It's late in the day, the sun casting shadows under the fast-moving clouds, and out of nowhere, a small bull caribou popped up from the valley. In easy range, but not big enough.
I wish that was a big one.
Can you see any other ones coming? He keeps looking back.
No, I don't see anything.
I scope out this little bull that continues walking right towards us, unaware that I'm sitting in the open. The antlers aren't large, but neither is the bull, and I really want a big one with lots of meat for the caribou fondue at our wild game dinner in April. To me, a good meat supply is a prime consideration. Now, how close is this bull going to get? Not any closer. About 70 or 80 yards, their eyes seem to focus in, then they'll turn away. Up to that point, they're oblivious if you sit still.
Oh, it's exciting.
You can walk if you want, but the best way I've found to hunt caribou is to pick a good location and glass the horizon.
Oh man, a bunch of bulls. Look at that herd. I can't believe that. Oh God, there's one huge one in there. One huge one. 2, 3, 5 huge. Holy cow, I can't even believe this. That's a whole herd of bulls. I wonder if I dare run over the hill. If I dare run over the hill to see where they went. Could you believe that?
That was unbelievable.
Those bulls?
Should we go check it out, or what do you want to do?
Let me go check it out, and I'll wave to you if they're... But they seem to be just traveling over there.
Okay.
But let me go see. Oh, man.
Now our hearts are pounding. It's the moment of truth.
Fred, on the left, 2 big bulls.